Before you scroll past this, I want you to picture something with me for just a second. You're sitting at your kitchen table. You've eaten the same breakfast you've eaten 100 times, and your hand hovers over that little glucose meter for just a second longer than it used to, because deep down you're bracing yourself for a number you don't want to see. If that feels familiar, I want you to know something right away. This is not a video about willpower. It's not about another diet you have to white-knuckle your way through. It's about one free, simple thing your body has been asking you to do all along. And once you see what it actually does inside you, you're going to look at your daily walk in a whole new light. Stick with me. This one's going to feel different. Hi friend, welcome back to Forever Young Health, the place where we talk about getting stronger, steadier, and more confident in this next chapter of life. One honest conversation at a time. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found us. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Pull up a chair, grab your coffee or your tea, because today we're talking about something that affects so many of us after 60. Managing blood sugar, and specifically, how something as ordinary as walking can become one of the most powerful tools you have. Before we go any further, a quick and important note. I'm not a doctor, and this video is for general education and information purposes only. It is not medical advice, and it's not meant to replace a conversation with your own doctor or care team. Diabetes management is personal. Your medications, your numbers, your body. So please always check with your physician before changing anything about your routine, your activity level, or your treatment plan. What we're doing here today is talking, learning, and hopefully leaving you with a little more hope than you came in with. Let's be honest with each other for a moment. After 60, managing diabetes can feel like a full-time job you never applied for. There's the finger pricks, the food labels you now read like a detective, the little voice in the back of your head doing math every time you look at a slice of bread. And on top of all that, your body just doesn't respond the way it used to in your 30s or 40s. Things feel slower, harder, sometimes even unfair. I hear this from people in our community all the time. That sense of, I'm doing everything right and my numbers still won't cooperate. And I want to say clearly that frustration is completely valid. Nobody signed up to spend their retirement worrying about a number on a screen. But here's the shift I want to offer you today, and I promise it's a hopeful one. Managing this condition isn't only about the medication doses, and it isn't only about cutting out every food you love. There is a tool sitting quietly in your closet right now. Something completely free. Something you already own. Something that doesn't require a prescription or a gym membership. It's your own 2 feet. Just 15 minutes of walking a day has been shown, again and again, to help the body use blood sugar more effectively. Not someday, not after months of struggle, often within minutes of standing up and moving. And once you understand why that happens inside your body, walking stops feeling like exercise and starts feeling like something much more powerful, a tool you control on your own terms and your own pace. So let's talk about what's actually happening under the surface, because when you understand the why, everything else gets so much easier. Here's something that might surprise you. Your muscles can pull sugar out of your bloodstream almost like a sponge, and they can do it without needing much insulin at all. That single fact is why so many doctors call walking one of the simplest, most underrated tools for blood sugar control after 60. Let's break that down in plain, everyday language. Let's talk about what's really going on inside you when you take that walk, because once you see this picture, you'll never look at a stroll around the block the same way again. Think of your bloodstream like a busy street, and sugar, glucose, like cars driving down that street after a meal. Normally, insulin acts like the main traffic officer, waving those cars into your cells so they can be used for energy. But for a lot of us over 60, Especially with type 2 diabetes, that traffic officer doesn't work quite as efficiently anymore. The cars pile up, traffic backs up, and that backup is exactly what you're seeing on your glucometer. Now here's the beautiful part. When you start walking, your leg muscles essentially open up their own side door, a private entrance that doesn't need the traffic officer's permission at all. Your working muscles pull glucose straight out of your bloodstream to use as fuel, almost independently of insulin. Doctors and researchers describe muscle as one of the most powerful sponges in the body for sugar. The more you move it, the more it soaks up. That's why a walk after a meal can be so effective. It's opening that side door right when traffic is at its worst. Science shows us this effect can start within just minutes of movement, and it can last for hours afterward, because your muscles continue clearing that traffic even after you've sat back down. And here's the part I love most. This isn't about intensity. You don't need to power walk like you're late for a train. Gentle, steady movement is enough to open that door. Your body isn't asking you to run a marathon. It's just asking you to move. Now, before we go any further, I have a small favor to ask. If this is making sense so far, if you're starting to see your body a little differently, hit that like button right now. It genuinely helps this video reach the next person sitting at their kitchen table feeling exactly like you did 5 minutes ago. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Forever Young Health, because we release videos just like this one every week, all designed to help you feel stronger and more in control after 60. Now let's talk about something just as important as the biology, the part nobody talks about enough, the emotional side of all this. Living with diabetes after 60 is exhausting in a way that has nothing to do with your blood sugar numbers. It's the mental math you do before every meal. It's the quiet worry that creeps in before a doctor's visit. It's that flicker of dread right before the glucometer beeps. And sometimes it's a deeper feeling, the sense that your own body has become something you have to manage, monitor, and negotiate with, instead of something that simply belongs to you. If you've felt that, I want you to hear this clearly. You are not weak, you are not failing, and you are not alone in feeling this way. This is one of the most common and least discussed parts of aging with a chronic condition. So many people carry this quietly, thinking they're the only one who feels this tired of it all. Here's where I want to gently shift something for you. For a lot of us, exercise was taught as a punishment, something you do because you ate the wrong thing, or because a doctor told you to, or because you feel guilty. I want to invite you to let go of that story completely. What if, instead, you thought of movement as an act of freedom, not something you owe your body as payment, but something you're giving yourself, a gift of independence, of steadiness on your feet, of confidence walking through a grocery store or up a flight of stairs without your knees or your energy holding you back. That short walk down your street isn't a punishment. It's you actively choosing to take care of the one body you get to live in. And here's something that takes so much pressure off. Perfection is not the goal here. Consistency is. A short, easy, pleasant walk down your street on a Tuesday counts every bit as much as a full workout at the gym. Missing a day doesn't erase your progress. Doctors and researchers who study long-term health habits will tell you the same thing. It's not the one perfect week that changes your health, it's the quiet, ordinary showing up, week after week, that adds up over months and years. So if today all you can manage is a slow walk to your mailbox and back, that counts. That is real. That is progress. Be proud of it. Now I want to ask you something in the comments below, and I really do read every single one. Tell me, what is one small thing that's been holding you back from moving more? Is it your knees, your energy, the weather? Feeling embarrassed walking slowly in public? Whatever it is, write it down in the comments. I promise you, someone else reading this is dealing with the exact same thing, and just knowing you're not alone in it can make all the difference. Okay, now let's get practical, because understanding the why is important, but you came here for something you can actually do starting today. So let's build your plan together. Here is the single easiest habit you can start today, and it's built entirely around what we just learned about that side door in your muscles. It's called a post-meal walk, and here's how simple it is. Within about 10 to 15 minutes after your biggest meal of the day, take a short, gentle walk. It doesn't need to be far. It doesn't need to be fast. Around the block, down the driveway and back, even a few laps around your living room, if that's what your day allows. The timing matters here more than the distance, because this is exactly when your blood sugar tends to be at its highest point, right after eating. That's the moment your muscles' sponge effect can do the most good, soaking up that sugar right when there's the most to soak up. Some people call this walking off your meal, and honestly, it's one of the simplest, most underused tools in all of diabetes management. Now, I know not every day cooperates. Bad weather, aching joints, or just a day you don't feel like going outside. That's real life, and I'm not going to pretend it isn't. So on those days, here are a few simple indoor alternatives that still count. Try gentle marching in place during the commercial breaks of your favorite show. Just lifting your knees slowly, holding onto the back of a chair if you need the balance support. Try some light stretching in your kitchen while dinner is cooking. Even standing up and sitting down slowly from a sturdy chair 10 or 15 times gets those same big leg muscles working and opening that same side door we talked about. The framework I want you to remember is this: small, frequent movement, especially right after meals, beats one big, exhausting workout every single time, especially at this stage of life. You are not behind. You are not starting too late. Every single walk you take is doing real, measurable work inside your body, whether or not the scale or the glucometer shows it that exact day. And please, always keep your own doctor in the loop about your activity level and your numbers. They know your history, your medications, and your body best, and this plan should always work alongside their guidance, never around it. Here's what I want you to take with you today. You are not broken, you are not behind, and you are absolutely not powerless in this. Every single time you choose to stand up and take those few extra steps, after a meal, during a commercial break, around your own backyard, you are opening that door inside your body and helping it do exactly what it was designed to do. This isn't about becoming a different person, it's about trusting the body you already have, one small, steady walk at a time. If this video gave you even a little more hope today, please give it a like, drop a comment, and let me know one small step you're going to take this week, and subscribe to Forever Young Health so you never miss the next conversation. We've got so much more to talk about together. Take care of yourself. You're doing better than you think. See you in the next one.